Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. Hope you like the new intro. I do hope you like it. I've picked even faster music than the last one, but we are here to talk about a certain Edison Cavani that has apparently agreed to stay at Manchester United for another year. Big news, obviously, for United. But before we get into all of that, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And follow all our socials. Our socials, obviously, Twitter at Let's Talk EPL and No Context LTPL. Instagram at Let's Talk EPL _ Discord, all of that. So make sure that you do that. But I've also put the link in the chat if you want to come and have your say. I want to hear from United fans mainly. I want to hear from all of you, but if there's any United fans that want to come on and have your say, what do you make of Edison Cavani staying at your club for another year? Big news for you lot, that is for sure. Matt saying finally in the intro, putting that on my CV. Absolutely. It was about time that there was a new intro. Obviously, we've got more guests now. We've got more shows. I want to showcase everything that we've got on this channel because I'm proud of absolutely everything on this channel. That is for sure. That reminds me, there's no Let's Talk Tactics this week. It's been a bit crazy. New shows. I just haven't got around doing it. Hopefully, it'll be back next week. But yes, if you are watching, the link is in the chat. If you're watching live, obviously. If you're not watching live, don't click the link because I won't be here. That's just a fact. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear what your thoughts are about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United keeping Edison Cavani for another year. Is this a good move? Is it not going to be a good move? That's completely up to you. But what we've got here from Moyes ESPN, he says Edison Cavani has decided to continue in Manchester United. Next week, it should be made official. He had doubts, but but despite the interest of Boca Juniors, official will fulfill the contract. Obviously, the contract being a 1 year with an extra year option, which is an option by the club. But if the player doesn't want to stay, it makes zero sort of sense to extend in that contract, if that makes sense. But for me, what do I think of this deal? Well, I think it's a fairly safe deal. Look, for me, I think the long-term future for United is going to be Mason Greenwood up front. I have no doubts about that. I see the long-term being Mason up front, Rashford on the left, Diallo on the right. That's probably how I see long-term for United. Unless if they get Sancho, then you'd see Sancho on the right. Yeah, I think the front line for United is fairly safe. I think it's a fairly decent front lineup, but it's that back line that needs fixing. But by keeping Cavani, it means that you don't have to waste money getting someone in to try and do what Cavani's doing for a year or two as you wait for Mason Greenwood to develop. It's nonsensical. If you can keep Cavani for an extra year, do it. Because in that extra year, Mason Greenwood's probably going to be exposed more up to the front. So Mason Greenwood will be given more opportunities to play up front. Obviously, Cavani can't play them all. I think Ollie, judging by the looks of what he's seen this season, sees Greenwood more of a striker. He doesn't really. I don't think he's an inside forward. He can do the job there, but I don't think it's his favoured position. Being able to come on his left and his right, really crucial to Mason Greenwood. It will put defenders on their backsides for sure. But for Cavani, I think it's a good move. I think he has a good goal ratio. Yeah, he won't be able to play every game. He's getting old, right? But he's still able to do what you need, right? In them games where you're facing a low block and you need a striker with good movement, a striker that is going to unbalance the defenders in terms of they don't know what he's going to do, there's no better than Cavani. There really isn't. United have really got a good one there. Matt saying, good move, showed how important he was last night. Only wanted him to go if he wanted to go. Yes, I do hear that. And Matt saying RJ's wet dream of Ronaldo coming home muddied due to this. Yes, RJ is in the mud. He normally is in the mud. For me, getting Ronaldo back was just a nonsensical, absolutely ridiculous idea, to say the least. Like, why on earth pay a man £1 million a week to go up front and probably not be as good as he used to be. Savor the memories you've got. What's this obsession with bringing back old players and hoping they do well? Like, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. The famous saying of never go back to where you were, Lampard as manager being one of them. Ollie's doing a fairly good job. Ollie's actually left United, come back, and he's still doing fairly well, isn't he? But look, Cavani's movement is something that everyone talks about. Everyone talks about Cavani's movement, how he's just very good in my opinion. But let's look a bit more into Cavani. So in the Premier League, he has 8 goals. That's fairly decent. 8 goals, I would say, is fairly decent. I don't think you'll do much better than that. I'm seeing out if he's got many assists. So he's not really an assist-making player, is he? He's got 2 assists. So 8 goals, 2 assists. So 10 goal contributions. I'm not sure how many games he's played. I'll get all the stats up for Cavani now, but I think it's a good deal. But as I said, if you are in the chat and you do want to come on and have your say, then press the link, come join us, and we'll have a good chat about it. Cavani's had 3 games in the Europa League, 3 goals, 22 games in the Premier League, 8 goals, 2 assists. So he's got in 26 games, he's got 14 goal contributions. Not a bad return. It's almost a goal every other game, which, if you think about it, for someone Cavani's age, that's bloody good. And the fact that he's still got the movement, the determination, his body isn't what it used to be. His body's not gonna be sort of way. But he's still impacting United very well. Matt saying I might join soon, just having lunch. Yeah, that's why I just had my lunch after doing the Argyle preview. If you haven't checked that out, if you want to see what Niall looks like when he's passionate talking about Plymouth Argyle, go check out that last stream. All I did was slag off Sunderland and all of that. It was absolutely beautiful to do. I enjoyed it. I forgot how nice it was talking about my club again. I've missed it. Obviously, I've been talking about everyone else's club, but I forgot how much I love talking about mine. Maybe that'll qualm all the suspicions of me being a United fan. Maybe. You never know. You never know with this lot. That's for sure. But what do I expect to see from Cavani next season? Probably more of the same. I think you'll see... And actually, I think you might even see more. Don't forget, he would have been at United for a year. He'll have a full pre-season under his belt, so that will help. Don't forget, last year he was signed on deadline day, right? He was not where he needed to be in terms of fitness, so you didn't really see him for the first month or 2. And that was evident in his performances. He played a lot of Champions League games, didn't he? Didn't really impact them at all. So the fact that Cavani, he spent a year with Bruno, he spent a year with Marcus, he spent a year with Mason. That's only going to help because the boys know what Cavani wants now. You can see that evidently in how United have played, right? So pre-Cavani, it was long ball, it was sort of trying to hit the counter, right? It was feed it through, try and play it past the back line, let Martial run onto it, or Marcus or Mason. This year, we've seen a difference. This year, we've seen United, especially with a low block, because there, United and low blocks, just that doesn't work at the moment. Mainly because United are very predictable. So all of their attacks come down the left-hand side. That makes it predictable. No matter how you think and how you see it, it makes United predictable. Also, by having someone like Martial who can't play with his back to goal, that's another issue for United, right? That is another issue, regardless of what you think or say. That is an issue, right? Martial is not good at hold-up play. He's not good with playing his back to goal. Martial is an inside forward. I've said this for years. Well, for ages, yeah. He's not a striker. His back to goal work is absolutely shocking. It's one of the worst at United. Greenwood is more of a striker than Martial, and Greenwood has got a lot of work to do. United haven't had a proper number 9 since Lukaku. Now, Lukaku left mainly, and Lukaku, there's a lot of people saying, oh, he fell out of volley, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he didn't fall out of volley at all. Basically, he had just had enough of United. When you think about all the crap he had been given working with Jose, it was a toxic relationship. Romelu wanted to move on from that. If Romelu was still at United now, you don't have Cavani. That's quite simple. But Lukaku is a good player. But United haven't had a number 9. They didn't replace him last year. So they didn't replace Lukaku. They put Martial there, right? Which, do you know, it was worth a shot. Why not? Why not try getting Martial? Why not see what you can do? I think it works fairly well. I think it's a fairly sensible idea. But for me, you needed a number 9. That was quite evident. You got one. Cavani is one of the best number 9s there are. I mean, if you think about it historically, right? Maybe nowadays he's nowhere near the likes of. In fact, I'm not. That's disrespectful to Cavani. He's quite close to the likes of Haaland, Harry Kane, right? He may not have the ability, the pace, like in terms of fitness, but up here he's better than all of them because guess what? He has that experience, right? Cavani is better than Haaland and Kane up here. But on the feet and in terms of fitness and movement and doing all that, yeah, maybe he's not as good as he used to be. But up here, mentally, his attributes are better than Haaland and Kane, right? Facts. That is cold, hard facts, right? Probably better than Aguero as well. So United have got a great number 9. And think of it in terms of different ways. Think of it in terms of what he's doing on the pitch. So on the pitch, he's good, right? He's, as I said, he's averaging about a goal every other game. That's fairly good stats. Don't forget, a lot of these appearances are probably, maybe some of them are the cameos off the bench, right? Remember Southampton? United looked absolutely dreadful against Southampton at St Mary's. Cavani comes on at half-time. United go on and win 3-2. This is the qualities that Cavani has, right? It was at that point you really looked and you were like, wow, United have got one here. Because a striker doesn't necessarily need to be the quickest, doesn't necessarily need to be the strongest. They need to be intelligent, right? A striker needs intelligence. They don't need to look. Pace helps if you're playing counter-attacking or you want to run onto balls. But if the team can play smart, which is something I'm critical of United because they don't tend to play smart, mainly because, as I said, all of their play comes down the left-hand side. Especially, let's look at it in this way. You've got Luke Shaw and Rashford on the left, probably two of the best in their position in the league. On the right-hand side, you've got Wan-Bissaka and Greenwood or someone. Greenwood's not an inside forward. Wan-Bissaka, attacking-wise, hasn't been good enough. And I think he'll be the first to say that. I think Ollie also would be one of the first to say that. So United have got a huge imbalance at the moment. Now, if Diallo in pre-season is smashing it, then what you'll probably see is Diallo playing a fair few games, probably getting more exposure than you would now. I know a lot of United fans want to see Diallo and all of that. Not yet. I don't think you'll see him yet. Maybe in a couple of the maybe pre-season, I think, is when you'll see Diallo. So that's important. But yeah, that's my thoughts there. Matt saying, think Pogba will get a new deal. Yeah, I think it'd be stupid not to. I think, look, think about who can get Paul Pogba, right? Financially, Juventus, they're in a rebuild. Real Madrid, they're going to be in a rebuild. Barcelona, they're going to be in a rebuild. Maybe Bayern Munich. Don't think Pogba fits in their transfer policy for a start. It's not from the Bundesliga. It would also cost far too much for Bayern Munich. So that narrows his options down massively. His wages cuts half the teams out. Now, Pogba won't go to Manchester City. I think he has a lot of respect for United. I think he does love the club. Chelsea, I don't think he'd go to another English club. That's the thing. So where can Paul Pogba honestly go? He could go to Juventus, but as I said, they're in a rebuild stage. They're probably actually further back than United are in their rebuild process. The same with Madrid and Barcelona. All of these big teams are about to go through a rebuild. Now, if United are smart, they've done most of their rebuild, right? You compare this team to when Ollie first took over, right? So your goalkeeper looks like it's going to be Dean Henderson, right back Wan-Bissaka, get a pacey centre back to play alongside Harry Maguire. That's your centre back sorted. Luke Shaw left back, probably the best left back in the world at the moment. Central mid, yes, you could do with getting a DM. If you could get Declan Rice, that solves that problem. Donny plays next to him, or Pogba plays next to him, right? I do feel like if Paul leaves, Donny is in some big shit. He'll be a backup. Donny will be a backup. So Declan Rice, Pogba. Then let's say you get Sancho in, Sancho on the right, Bruno in the middle, Rashford on the left, with Cavani or Greenwood up front. Diallo playing understudy to Sancho. That's a strong team. That's a team that you could argue could push for the league title. Now, when have you ever said that about United post-Fergie? Never. Even Jose, when he came second, you didn't really think winning the title. So keeping Cavani saves money as well, right, in the short term. So if you think United need 3 players, right, so you need a centre-back, a DM, and a right winger. That's evident. Everyone knows that's what United need. Now, if you lose Cavani, then you're then thinking we need a striker. That then takes money away from the other 3 more important places that you need to fix up first, right? You need to fix up your centre-back pairing. Neither are fast. It leaves you very vulnerable on the counter-attack. You've seen it many times. Lindelof ain't even the physical one. He's not very physical. So you need a faster centre-back, but you've just signed Eric Bailly onto a new contract. So could he be that new faster centre-back? Yes. But, and this is the biggest but of all time, can he stay fit? Historically, we'll say no. He can't. He missed a quarter of the season this year due to injuries. He's missed a lot of injuries. I think I saw a stat that he's missed about a third or even half of the matches due to injuries reign, which is absolute madness. It might even be 3/4. He's missed a lot of game time under Ollie. Ollie alone. That's not even taking into account what happened under him with Jose. So Eric Bailly, yeah, he could be that faster centre-back, but he's a bit rash and he's got fitness problems. Do United need to get another centre-back? Yeah. Ideally, you would. I think you need to get Twanzebe on loan as well. I think that would work. But yeah, the short answer to Pogba, I think he will sign a new deal. I think where else is better for him to go right now? Juventus are struggling in Serie A. Barcelona and Real Madrid, they struggled in Europe. I know obviously Real Madrid in the semi-finals, but they've got an aging squad. Now, you could see Paul go to Real Madrid, and that would be a fairly good move in terms for him. But Real Madrid have got more financial problems than me, like to put it bluntly. So I don't think Pogba goes. I think Pogba stays. Donny plays understudy to Pogba. But you need to get a DM. But back to Cavani. The reason why signing Cavani is so important is look what he's doing with Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is learning a lot from Edison Cavani. You can see that this season alone. Mason Greenwood's movement this year alone has been superb. A huge improvement. Well, why do you think that is? Well, his manager's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's working with Edison Cavani, one of the best strikers in United history, and Edison Cavani, one of the best strikers in Europe historically. So this is perfect for both what United need. So you need someone who can do it on the pitch in big games. Cavani is that man. You also want someone to be able to mentor Mason Greenwood and to teach Mason Greenwood the ways and to teach him all these little tricks that Edison Cavani knows. Well, who's better to teach him than Edison Cavani? Hugely important keeping Edison. It saves, as I say, saves you money. Look, United Glazers are probably going to have a big summer. They need to get your trust back. And how do you do that? Spend a bit of money. That fixes the problem, doesn't it? I mean, it doesn't, but that's what they'll think anyway. Matt saying, could you not see a team like PSG coming in for him? Yeah, you could see PSG. And he would probably go. But they'll have to pay big money, won't they? Not just going to let Paul Pogba go. I know he's last year contract, but he's still going to have to pay big money to get Paul Pogba. So I think it'll be something we see. We'll definitely see. You might see Pogba. I don't think you want to, but you might. But Donny's good enough to play as well. If you got a DM, you could play Donny. So I think that's fair. Matt saying, I saw Glazers are willing to give Ollie a lot of money in the summer. I haven't seen that, but look, it would make sense, right? The Glazers are under huge pressure at Manchester United in terms of what they've done and all of that, right? The whole Super League, the lack of trust, the protests that everyone wanting Glazers out. Well, how do you fix that? You put money into a squad. You go, oh, here you go, Ollie, here's 150 million. Go get some new players. Go get a Sancho. Go get a Declan Rice. Go fill your boots, boy. And then guess what? When you sign Sancho and Declan Rice, maybe a centre back. Oh, problem gone. Like they may even give him 200 million. You could easily get a centre back, a right winger. You could easily get a centre back, Declan Rice, and Jadon Sancho with 200 million quid easily. So if you do all of that, well, what happens to all these protests of Glazers out? Oh, they just disappear out of the wilderness because guess what? Oh, they put money in. Oh, look at what we've got now. Yeah, that's where this protest goes, right? So all the noise will happen now until the summer. Then you may get a Sancho, and then you'll probably get a Declan Rice. May even get a Varane. If you get all three of them, no one's going to be doing a Glazer out protest then, are they? They're just not. It's not how it's not going to work. RJ in the chat saying Eddie Cavani is here to stay. RJ, I want your thoughts on this as well. Obviously, I'm sure we'll talk a lot about this in the United show. Big news, obviously, coming out of Old Trafford to have Cavani. What about Ronaldo now? What about Ronaldo? Oh, but I want Ronaldo. Do you still get Ronaldo now, RJ? Do you still waste money getting Ronaldo? That's what I want to know. I want to know if you waste money getting Ronaldo. But I also want to hear from you. If you are watching, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel with notifications on. If you want to see what I'm like when I'm passionate talking about my club, go check out my last stream, the Argyle Sunderland preview. Spoke a lot there. Mike Cooper's new contract, player and young player of the season, previewing, did about a bit of trash talk, to Sunderland. So make sure you check that out. I enjoyed myself. Matt saying, what about De Gea 10-year deal? No, De Gea goes in the summer. He has to. De Gea has to go in the summer. Right? It's nonsensical to not have him on in the summer. He's on big wages, 350 grand a week, right? And how much better than Henderson is he? That's the question that's the question all United fans have got to ask yourselves, right? I'll see if I can find Henderson's wages, right? Dean Henderson. I'll have a little look. Dean Henderson wages. Right, Dean Henderson is signed a 5-year deal, £26 million contract. Or what's his weekly? On weekly. Right, 5.2. I've got to work this bit out. So 5.2 million. Right, so 52 divided by 52. So Dean Henderson is on 100 grand a week, right? You compare that with David De Gea, that's on 350 grand a week. The question you've got to ask yourselves is, does De Gea offer you 250 grand more worth of investment? So is De Gea that much better than Henderson? The short answer is no, he's not. So why pay that much extra for a goalkeeper? That's the question. It's not De Gea. Look, if this was the De Gea of a couple of years ago under Mourinho, best goalkeeper in the world, no one could really. He's not that De Gea anymore. And you see this with players, and you probably had it in your own job as well. When you're bored, you're doing the same thing every single day. I know I had it back in all my other jobs. All of them, I've always, towards the end of it, I've always just got bored. It's just become boring and predictable and stale. So I've moved on. I've gone and moved on, and I've enjoyed myself more, and I've worked harder, and I've been more up for going into work because it's different. It's the same with footballers. Like this is their job, right? Could you imagine? Right, so De Gea's been there since what, 2010? Right, so he's been there for coming on 11 years now. He's bored. He is bored, right? He's had the same thing day in, day out. He's been at the same club, going to the same training ground, using the same locker. It's become boring. I think he needs a fresh challenge. He does. I think United need to work with Henderson. In the short term, yeah, might make a couple of mistakes. Not that I've seen many. Sheffield United playing out from the back, but I haven't seen that happen again. Right? Probably nerves. Right? Then back to Sheffield United. Being forced to play out from the back. He didn't have to do that at Sheffield United, did he? So he's going to learn. But the question you've got to ask yourselves is, does De Gea put in 250 grand a week extra worth of the effort, worth of the quality? No, he doesn't. That's the be all and end all of it, really. Matt saying, I'm talking about RJ saying he could be our keeper for the next 10 years. No. How many? Name me one top quality goalkeeper past 36 years old. One. Historically. Ter Stegen is what, 38? I think he's about 38. I think Ter Stegen is about 38 years old. Let me look this up. Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen. There we go. Oh no, that's not what I'm looking for. Here it is. Right. So Ter Stegen is 29. He's not even that old. I say he's 29. There is not one good goalkeeper that I can think of past 33, 34. It's very rare to see that. So I know everyone goes, oh yeah, but the keeper's goalkeeper position, they can go until they're 40. They simply can't at a top team. The only one I can really think of is Buffon. Buffon is an anomaly. Buffon was incredible, right? Matt saying Navas as well. Yeah, so there's two, right? But even then, they're going to decline. It's natural with age. You think about what you want from a goalkeeper. You want agility. It's not going to be many agile 36, 37 years old, are they? Not going to be agile. And again, it goes back to the point of, does De Gea offer you £250,000 a week extra quality? No. He performs, if not at the same level as Henderson, or just a little bit better. So what do you do? What do you do? Do you continue to pay the 250 extra a week? Or do you move him on and work with a lad who's 250 grand cheaper? And some people will be looking at this going, yeah, but this isn't, we're United. We don't need to worry about money. Every club needs to worry about money. Nonsensical. Nonsensical. That is my opinion. But Cavani, though, just before I wrap up, Cavani is important. He offers you everything you need. He'll get you goals. He'll help mentor Greenwood. He's an out-and-out striker. He's intelligent. He's everything you want in a striker. Saves you money having to buy another striker to replace him. Keep him for this extra year. Allow Mason Greenwood extra time to develop. Spend the money on Sancho, Declan Rice, whoever. Do all of that. You're in a much better position. But we've been going for about 32 minutes. Not normally this long for a news update, for sure. But a big thanks to everyone that's been watching. As I say, please do leave a like in the video. Subscribe to the channel with notifications on. You can check me out at Niall_PAFC. Also, check out the YouTube's Twitter at Let's Talk EPL and at the No Context LTPL. No. Yes. LTPL. No Context LTPL. Join our Instagram at Let's Talk EPL_ and our Discord servers and TikTok. All the socials have been running on the back underneath me for the show. Please do check that out. So I'll be back here at 6 p.m. with the Chelsea show. Plenty to talk about with them. Then, obviously, what we got after that? We've got the Liverpool show at 8 p.m. And then we got the United show at 10 p.m. hosted by your man, RJ. So make sure you check in for all of them. They promise to be good shows. I've still got to do quizzes. I've been spending all my time doing our goal stuff because I've just wanted to. That is how I've done it. But the quizzes will be back as well tonight. The Arsenal one was fairly difficult. They got full marks, I'm pretty sure. They did. So I need to make sure that I collaborate the years so there's no cheating. But a big thanks for everyone watching. As I said, we'll be back here at 6 p.m. But until then, have a good day.